What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Gemini 13 here with another Gemini Jets airport update. Today's variation would be the Phoenix model airport. It's been a good 3 or 4 years since we've had this on the table, but I'm really excited to share what I got today. In the last video for the Charlotte one, we mentioned that that schedule was not gonna reflect today's current events, meaning that today's April the 4th. So the flight schedule today is gonna be based off the December-January timeframe. So to get things started really quick, I do have a special airplane that I did throw into the video today, and it would be the US Airways Arizona state flag. This aircraft still flies, but the livery does not fly. But since it's been so long, I just thought it'd be kind of a nice touch to have the Arizona state flag in the video. One little fun fact, well, not necessarily fun fact, but just something, interesting, I guess, is that this aircraft, or livery rather, this goes all the way back to the America West days when they had the the Arizona state flag. They had Nevada, and some of you might not know this, but they actually had an Ohio state flag for a while because they used to have a hub in Columbus way back. So just thought this might be a nice touch, and since it is Arizona, and it's my Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, so I thought it'd be cool to throw that in here. So this guy will be heading out to Tucson, Arizona, and then moving on down the line, we got one of my favorites. This is the Alaska 737-900 Disneyland with service to Seattle, Tacoma. And then we got the America West Heritage A319 with service to Albuquerque. Next, we have a standard American Airlines A320 with service to Spokane, Washington. Next, we have the Hawaiian 767-300 with service to Honolulu. Unfortunately, my cats had other ideas, or they had other visions that they seeked out for this model airplane, or my A330 that I had. And long story short, it's not airworthy for the airport, so we'll just keep the 767-300 in here. Plus, I actually like the look of this better, to be honest with you. All right, next we have the Delta A330-300 with service to Atlanta. We got a Frontier A320 heading out to Colorado Springs. And just for people who might not be familiar with Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, they have Terminal 2, Terminal 3, and Terminal 4. So I'll put my finger right where Terminal 2 is. So that's Terminal 2, Terminal 3, and then this would signify Terminal 4, all of this. So accuracy is very important on the channel. So you'll see that all the carriers that go in and out of each specific terminal is a reflection of the real Phoenix Airport. Unfortunately, that's all I could give Southwest in terms of gates. Next time, once I start getting a few new liveries Southwest, I'll start kind of parking some there and give them an additional gate just for, since they do have quite a few flights out of there. But I thought this was reasonable for now. But we'll go ahead and get things started. We'll save British Airways for last. But we'll start with the WestJet 737-700, which is heading out to Winnipeg. And then we got a Southwest 737-800 with service to let's have him go over to Los Angeles. Then we got Illinois 1. Just keep thinking Illinois. We'll just have him go to Chicago Midway. And then we got a Southwest 737-700 on pushback with service to Burbank. And a Southwest 737-700 with service to Las Vegas. And then next we got a couple 737-800s. The One World is heading to Portland, Oregon. And then the one on the left is heading to Seattle. Then we got another 737-800 on pushback with service to Baltimore. And then we got an American Airlines A319 getting serviced, heading out to Fargo, North Dakota. And we got 319 that just completed its pushback and is beginning taxi to the active runway with service to Edmonton. And we got an A319 with service to Calgary. And pardon my sniffles. Only thing being back in the South is my allergies are definitely reflecting of that. So excuse the sniffles here and there. Anyways, CRJ-900 with service to Bakersfield, California. 737-800 just arrived in from Newark. And Southwest 737-700 coming in from San Jose. And like I mentioned in the video, at the beginning of the video, this would be Terminal 2, Terminal 3. Like I said, the video takes place off of the December-January flight schedule. So Terminal 2 at that time was still an active terminal. As of February 4th, the terminal has been shut down due to they're going to demolish it, and then everything moved into the renovated Terminal 3. So that being said, this will be the last time you see Terminal 2 active, and we'll go ahead and start here. So we got Sun Country, Air Canada Express, United, and Alaska. So we'll go ahead and start up here. I don't have a proper Air Canada Rouge plane. Definitely gonna look into getting one at some point, but it just not really on the top of my list right now. I do know Air Canada Express does come in seasonally, so we'll just we'll just throw in this Embraer 175 to Vancouver, and then we got a United A319 with service to Los Angeles. Got the All Blacks Alaska.com 738 with service to San Francisco, and then we got the new livery 737-800 with service to Seattle. And then we got the old livery Alaska 738 with service to Portland, Oregon. Got two new Uniteds. Got the 319 heading out to Denver, and the 738 to Newark, 320 to San Francisco, and 737-800 Sun Country to Minneapolis. Over here, Delta A319 to Seattle, Delta 757-200 to Detroit, got the 767-300 to Atlanta, 757-300 to Minneapolis. And I got the Blue Squad over here on the left. I got the Blueberries A320 Sharklet with service to Boston. And then I got the, almost wrecked everything. And then I got the I Heart New York heading to John F. Kennedy. All right. And next we have the Frontier A321 with service to Denver. Delta A320 heading out to the active runway for Salt Lake City. Spirit 319 to Minneapolis. And then for lighting purposes, I'm just gonna take us all the way back around so it looks a little bit better in the video to the other side of the airport. But yeah, really good stuff here. One thing I've always appreciated about Phoenix is it's an American hub. It's got a lot of variety. Not to say that Charlotte doesn't have that, but Phoenix definitely has a more expansive lineup as compared to Charlotte. But it's, it's all good. So we get two CRJs. One's the CRJ 700 on the top, and then the 900 on the bottom. You got the 700 going to Flagstaff, and then you got this guy heading to Wichita. And moving on along, we got the AirCal 737-800 just coming in from Sacramento. You got the American A321 with service to Boston. You got the American 757-200 on pushback for Lihu, Hawaii. Moving on along, we got the American A321 heading to Miami. Another 757 with service to Philadelphia. And we got the A330-300 heading over to Honolulu. And another A330-300 with service to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. And last but not least for American, we have the 777-200 with service to London Heathrow. Then transitioning over here, we have a Volaris A320neo with service to Guadalajara. And we got the Queen of the Sky 747-400 with service to London Heathrow as well. All right, let me just get around and get some views with the lighting. Looks really nice right now. So yeah, these guys look really good. It's really nice. I mean, just a cool different variety. You got Southwest, WestJet, British Airways, Volaris, American 777, just good stuff here. So moving on down, we got the Spirit A320 with service to Chicago. And then a rather new service, the JetBlue A320 Stripes Tail with service to Fort Lauderdale. They have three red eyes currently. Well, not technically currently, but when they're running a normal schedule, they have two flights to Boston. One's a daylight flight, one's a red eye, and then they have the three red eyes at night, one to Boston, one to New York, and one to Fort Lauderdale. So nice lineup for Phoenix, which is a station that was actually kind of struggling for a while, but it seems to have been picking up a little bit. And then we have the A319 with service to Boise on American. And then let me bring us around here to the cargos. So we got the 757 heading out to Los Angeles, and the MD-10 to Memphis. And last but not least, the UPS MD-11 with service to Louisville. And just give a few more views before we wrap things up here. I'll take you over to the hangar real quick because there's some airplanes just, in there getting serviced and whatnot. So I'll just kind of get a view in there. So yeah, we got the TWA 737-800 and then the regular livery 737-800 getting some service. and then A320 as well, just hanging out in the hangar area. So that about wraps things up here. Really glad to have this airport on the deck again. One thing I'm definitely looking more to at some point is getting more Southwest planes. I've really missed out on the NG models. They released the new livery 7 through 8, and I just wasn't just wasn't the right time to buy it for me. So I'm kicking myself right now because those are obviously hard to find now. But for as good as they sell, those will be back pretty soon. But anyway, just to wrap things up here, I just wanted to say thank you again for watching the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video. It always helps support the channel more than you know. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.